Welcome to the birthplace of college football, campus of Rutgers University in Piscataway, New Jersey, where the game will be a little more technical, but no less intense than that showdown with Princeton in 1869. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Sam Houston Bearcats, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Scarlet Knights will get us started with the opening kickoff. No reason to risk trying to field that one. As it skips through the end zone, it'll be a touchback. Here comes the offense on first down. Back to the ground game on the left. Tackle was made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is snowed under.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
That's where they'll mark it down, and the next snap will come from just inside the 30-yard line. Offense set on first down. Goes to the option. Past the first down marker and still running. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Looking deep. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on his defense.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in our conference, and you've kind of ruined what we had built. So we got a chance now to make a dent in this, to show you, like, we're not just...
And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
The Scarlet Knights with the 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Now on 2nd down after the good first down run. They'll run it from the gun. Tackled, but he has a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
He looks that one in nicely. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in his offense.
And the Scarlet Knights trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Now on the move. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to slam in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it.
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Rutgers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Got his man downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Give to the running back. Can't get him to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Starting to feel a little pressure. Fighting off the defender. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end.
That's the end of the first quarter. Rutgers 7, Sam Houston 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He'll keep it himself. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Santos. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Pulled down after a pickup of 6, but he gets it inside the red zone. It's down at the 15.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Sam Houston.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Fast motion from the offense. They'll leave it with him. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll run it from the gun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Yeah, lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. This is a designed run. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Scarlet Knights are moving quickly down the field. The give to the left. Running with power. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Finds a crease at the 20. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend.
Got enough space, and he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
The extra point is blocked. He's got it, and he can go with it. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the school. They had the extra point blocked. Now the kickoff unit out there and hoping things go a little smoother. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick release by the QB. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Trying to find his man on first down. That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to him. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
The one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Oh, man, you don't see many of those anymore. Nowadays, the gloves are so good, the hands are so good. You don't see a lot of drop passes. Missed opportunity there for the receiver.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. He's looking to throw it. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Running back searching for a hole. And he has a solid game before the defense bottles him up. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to move it through the air. Makes his connection. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. On first and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Now from inside the red zone. The quick out. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
He's looking for a man on second down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Lets it fly. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, we know down here when you're throwing into the end zone, the windows are so small. Ball gets tipped like that, there are a lot of defenders lurking around. QB's lucky that one wasn't picked.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. And it's no good. Guys, they could have cut the deficit in half if that field goal had been good, still down by 6. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bearcats will kick it away to crank up the second half. Fair catch called for and made. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know...
Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead. He's at the 20. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. On the move. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
We may have a situation here. You might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly and shooting up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ohio State is just getting blown off the field right now in Columbus, and at this rate, I'm not sure it won't get worse. They're trailing by 21 to FIU. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. Going downfield for the big play. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Touchdown, Bearcats! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
They'll throw it on 1st down. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
And the Bearcats want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. And the Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the 1st down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Now on 2nd down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Spin, still running. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. And the Bearcats have this offense rolling. They'll run it from the gun. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. On 2nd down, wants to throw. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover. And the offense falls on the field.
To the air on 1st down. Great move there.
And a running back who can take a dump-off pass like that and take it for a gain, that can really be a quarterback's best friend. It's an easy way to rack up touches, but also get the ball to your playmaker in open space.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He breaks a tackle. Knocked down after a pickup of 6, and they're trying to impose their will in the red zone. Balls at the 13. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Steps away. Quarterback all over the place trying to make a play, but eventually he goes down.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Slings it. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. As a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
The give to the back. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Out of the backfield, he's open. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
2nd down coming up. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This one's complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
He wants to throw. Swings it out to his running back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Rutgers 27, Sam Houston 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Here's a quick throw out through the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. The Bearcats in the hurry up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll run for it on 4th down. Tackled after picking up the 1st down. The Bearcats have their offense in high gear. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, Colorado had to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead.
Looking for the end zone. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
He's got his man. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Racing down the left side. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Rutgers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. TCU is ahead right now, but it's not like they have LaDainian Tomlinson out there. This group needs to keep building on this lead. They're up by just 1 over Bowling Green. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. What a catch and what a throw along the sideline. Just sings it in there. A little Baryshnikov for the toe tap. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll go with a direct snap. Got enough for the first. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have it.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bearcats!
Number 18.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3's coming soon.
They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored Jesse this offense hoping to... He's loose down the left side. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Rutgers. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Caught over the middle. It's Hodges. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. The Bearcats want to crank the tempo. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's Santos. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot. Get the ball out of your hands quickly.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. Second down now after the sack.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Finds his man. It's Santos. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Bearcats are marching down the field.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Listen, he's in a rhythm right now. He's in a groove. We've seen good decision-making. He's been playing on time, and he's been deadly accurate throwing it. And guess what? This game is far from over.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. And now on second down for this offense. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. And the Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Dances away to buy time. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
You know, it doesn't matter how talented you are as a quarterback, how accurate you are, how athletic you are. If you're on your back most of the day, it's going to be very hard to win the game. That's been the case for this guy here today. He's been under pressure. He hasn't been in rhythm. He's thrown an interception. This has just not gone his way.
Got his man out of the backfield. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Now adjusting. Throws into the middle of the field. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's not afraid to go deep. And he's got it! Touchdown, Sam Houston!
Man, a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And the point after is good. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the... Oh, he dropped it! The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Going up top on 1st down. Finds his back in the middle. Discards a man. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And the Bearcats heading quickly to the line.
The The name of the game is protecting your quarterback. He can't have success or complete passes on his back. Let's get the quick passing game going, maybe hand the football off. But whatever we're doing, let's go the opposite direction.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Fires it. He's got him, and they convert. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch,
Touchdown, Bearcats! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. TCU is ahead right now, but it's not like they have LaDainian Tomlinson out there. This group needs to keep building on this lead. They're up by just one over Bowling Green. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies and trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage and probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of time before he fires right. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's what I'm talking about. What a clutch play. You had to have a play on defense. You needed to get the ball back to your offense, forcing the interception, forcing them to throw the football late in the game. Nice job by this defense. Let's give the offense a turn now.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's going to run it. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Grabbed on the outside, it's Torgerson. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
They'll throw it on first down. Working that left side now. Oh, the ball squirts out. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
That's a huge blow, man. You got a chance to go take the lead and put yourself in a position you know you can win the ball game. And now, instead of that, you turn the football over. Now you're trailing. The defense is going to have to do something special for you.
And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the fourth quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go out and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
They'll go right back to him. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
As an offense, you've got the lead, you've had success running the football. You hope that this play is just a blip because you know you're going to have to lean on your bell cow running back to ice this game and close it out.
So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have